When I arrived at the school roughly 14 years ago, it was a place that was in need of reinvigoration, and that's mostly come about by enabling the people, teachers and support staff in the school, to go about their jobs in a way that gives them great flexibility and the opportunity to follow their own interests and their own motivations without any fear of being blamed for getting things wrong. And that's really key. So co-education was a catalyst really for cultural change, and the cultural change was about enabling people to take risks.
We're very forward thinking. His strapline is adventurous learning, which to start with we thought, what is that? And it's exactly what it says. He makes things more adventurous, and therefore we're not traditional, we don't look back. He is a very exciting head to work for.
And over the 14 years, the school doubled in size. It was about just under 500 kids. It's over 1,000 kids now. You're standing in one of the buildings that has been put up in that time. Millions of pounds worth of investment in buildings, but equally millions of pounds of investment in great people. And those are the key things. Great people make a great school. And I would always trade people over facilities.
The clever and brilliant thing about Mike was that he worked through his people. It was never about him as such. It was always his ability to facilitate a kind of environment where people did their best and actually did things that probably even they didn't know they could do. I think that was, and he picked people for their potential, not for what they already were doing.
And he allows us to be the best version of ourselves because he doesn't judge us on what we do.
Changing the culture in any organisation, and the school is no different, takes years. And so you just have to be patient and constant and consistent and calm. Now I'm the Executive Director of HMC. It's a new role for me. It's also a new role for the organisation. And my purpose is not dissimilar to that when I was a head. It's enabling the members of the organisation, heads of the leading independent schools across the world, to flourish, to be the best head teachers they can be. It is a really exciting time, and I think a really positive time for independent education across the world. And in my conversations with my equivalents in the other parts of the English-speaking world, in Canada and the States, in Singapore and Australia and New Zealand, we're all facing the same issues, we're all facing the same challenges, we all see the same opportunities. So one of the things I'm seeking to do and will do is connect up all of the English-speaking parts of the world so that we can coordinate what we do and collaborate. And that, I think, is the most exciting prospect. Just imagine what it would be like to gather the leading 1,000 head teachers together to talk about what should the curriculum for a child born today be when they arrive in our schools in 10 or 11 or 13 years time. What is the role of artificial intelligence in education and assessment? What should we be providing for children in terms of the myriad opportunities in schools, and how can we go about doing that? And how do we enable youngsters of tomorrow to begin to solve some of the real challenges of the world, whether that's environmental degradation or poverty or social equity or those sorts of things. That's the network which I think is in prospect. Here's an invitation to anyone who is watching this. Tell me whether you're excited by the prospect of working with head teachers across the world on these really fundamental issues, and let me know.